Continuing coverage here tonight at 10, a former Iowa police chief has been indicted, accused of allegedly stealing guns and cars from his police department and later selling them. Former Tama chief Jeffrey Falloon facing the charges, the indictment, for allegedly selling stolen firearms, cars, and making some false statements. KWWL reporter Jessica Hartman was in Tama earlier tonight. Jessica, what did you find out down there in Tama County?
Well, I spoke with dozens of residents who say they are shocked and surprised by these charges.
The man formerly entrusted with keeping the community of Tama safe, now charged with stealing from the police department during his time as police chief. Jeffrey Falloon was promoted from sergeant to police chief in May 2013. During the nearly 2 years that Falloon was police chief here at Tama's City Police Department, he's accused of stealing at least 3 guns and 4 cars that were property of the police department. Federal court documents reveal details of the indictment. According to the indictment filed just days ago, between August of 2013 and March of 2015, Falloon was profiting from the sale of items he took from the department. On 3 separate occasions, Falloon is accused of pawning guns in Marshalltown. 2 of the guns evidence in cases, the other a retired officer's service weapon. Then in March of 2015, the documents say Falloon took 3 cars impounded by the police department to an area salvage yard and asked that the checks be made out to him. Then, according to investigators, later that month he took another impounded truck to the yard, this time claiming he had bought the truck.
Now, money from the salvaged vehicles and pawned guns totaling at least $1,600. Jessica Hartman, News 7, KWWL.
Jessica, thanks very much. Now, former Chief Falloon also faces an indictment for allegedly making false statements during the investigation, statements allegedly made to FBI agents in this case. He resigned from his position back in August of 2015 after 11 years with the Tama Police Department as an officer and then later as police chief.
Iowa Police Chief Jeffrey Falloon indicted for selling impounded cars and guns stolen from evidence. Chief Jeffrey Falloon, who resigned in August 2015 as the police chief in Tama, Iowa, was indicted by a federal grand jury on December 6. He's accused of selling several guns that were stolen from the department evidence room, as well as at least 4 cars that had been impounded. He also was charged with making false statements to an FBI agent during an investigation into the fraudulent sales. Via the Courier, authorities allege Falloon took at least 3 firearms and 4 vehicles between August 2013 and March 2015. One of the weapons, a Mossberg 12-gauge pump shotgun, had been held as evidence and was sold to General Store Pawn and Gun in Marshalltown for $200 in August 2013. Later that same month, Falloon sold a .45 caliber Keckler and Hawk UPS pistol to the same shop for $450, court records state. That weapon had been the duty gun of a Tama officer who surrendered it to the department when he retired in 2012. Another firearm that was being held as evidence, a .44 caliber black powder revolver, was sold to the Marshalltown shop for $75 in Mach 6, 2014. Also in March 2014, Falloon allegedly sold a 1997 Pontiac Grand Prix, a 1994 Ford Econoline F-150 van and a 1994 Ford Explorer to Sandhill Auto Salvage for Tama for $650, court records state. He allegedly requested the check be made out to him instead of the city, records state. That same month, he returned with a 1996 Chevrolet Silverado pickup and sold it for $250, claiming it was his person vehicle, records state. Sick. The false statement charges stem from statements Falloon allegedly made to an FBI agent who was investigating the weapons and vehicles in May 2016. He allegedly told the agent a relative of the shotgun's owner told him he could keep the firearm instead of returning it to a family member, court records state. He also allegedly told the agent he had purchased the Silverado before selling it to the salvage company, records state. Personally, I'm not sure why people are giving this hero a hard time about all this. It's been pretty well established that police evidence lockers are really just a slush fund for hardworking cops, and that telling the truth is completely optional under their list of job requirements. This stressed-out good cop, who was obviously just trying to do his job and following orders, should be reinstated and given some sort of Officer of the Year award immediately. At least we know he'll get the typical policeman's discount, and in the end won't have to face any sort of real consequences for his illegal actions.